I just wanted to rant a little bit from the incident after the race today with Kyle Busch. He, if anyone watched, had a very crappy race. He ended the race like 30th or 32nd, I don't remember, like several laps down. But with 50 laps to go, he said, I'm going to need medical attention as soon as I get out of this car. Like, I need an ambulance. I need all the medical attention I can get because I am not doing well, like, at all. Because there was carbon monoxide inside of his car after he, like, smacked the wall a few times and spun out, bringing out quite a few cautions. And once he got out of the car, he literally collapsed to the ground. Like, he was on the grass, gasping for air. He could barely breathe. That's how bad it was. He was overheated, dehydrated, and it was not good. I was generally concerned for his health because I don't like seeing any driver hurt or sick or whatever. I'm just not feeling well. No, I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on any athlete that I dislike, especially Bush, because if you know me, I share my personal feelings about why I do not like Kyle Busch as a driver. But as a person, he's a really good human being. He's a great father and great husband, and what he does off the track is amazing. But I don't personally enjoy him as a driver. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is the blatant disrespect and heartless people who say he was doing it for the media attention because he didn't win. It was just all publicity and blah, blah, blah. And he's a crybaby because he didn't win. And not once was he whining or crying about anything. He was literally on the ground gasping for air, like he could not breathe. He collapsed, people. How do you not see that he was in pain and not feeling well? Like, he stayed out on the track because he needed, like, points for the race to hopefully move on to the round of 8. Like, Charlotte is a tough race, and any race in general is a tough race, but Charlotte was hard for everybody. Quite a few drivers were either overheated or needed, like, fluids because they say it was so humid and hot inside the car for the whole race, which is weird for October. And I just don't get people's ignorance. Like, I get you don't have to like the guy, but show him some respect. He's still a human being who shouldn't be hated this much just because he's the driver he is. But I'm just shocked at how stupid people are. Like, I defend the guy with his 2015 run for the championship because he broke his leg and foot. Missed 11 races, and people were like, "Oh, NASCAR gave him that championship. He missed half the season." I'm like, half the season's not 11 races. There's 36 races in the season. 18 is half the season. So please, people, be smart and learn your math. Go back to school and learn math again. Anyway, he did everything in his power to win that championship. He did that on his own, had no help from NASCAR. And people say that waiver was put in place for him. I'm like, no. the waiver, injury waiver, whatever the hell you want to call it, was not put in because of him. It's been in there for a while, but way before Busch ever got hurt. It was in there for like Tony Stewart when he got hurt and some other drivers going after the championship. So that it just irritates me how ignorant people are and don't see that these drivers are all human beings, and the other argument people make are these drivers aren't athletes. All they do is drive in a circle, drive left in a circle, and it doesn't take much to do it so easy. And I'm like, so I tell them, so if it's so easy, you go out and do it for 4 straight hours in a hot car that's close to like 140 degrees inside the car during a hot race, like I would say Phoenix. Phoenix was the hottest race of the year. It was 140 degrees inside the car. All drivers were sweating their asses off, and some have cooling systems in their suits, that way they don't overheat, and have water inside their car because they're in the car for 4 straight hours or more, depending on how long the race goes. Even the healthiest drivers who work out and train all the time get dehydrated and can't handle it sometimes because these races take a lot out of you. Any race will take it out of you. Jimmie Johnson, the healthiest guy in the garage for his age, he's 42, just turned 42, and he's like the healthiest guy in NASCAR. I'm not even kidding. He works out, he trains, he cycles, and like every weekend or every day he's doing something active. And so is Casey Kane, who they both were winded and exhausted after winning their races at Texas and Indy. They both looked like they were about to pass out. They were pale, and so they had to get IV fluids. Ryan Newman in Phoenix, when he won the race, he's not the fittest guy there, but he's probably pretty healthy. He was overheated because in Phoenix in March, it's pretty damn hot. It was like 100 and something degrees outside. And he had to have ice in Victory Lane poured on his neck. So when people say these drivers aren't athletes, I just want them to go into a car for 4 hours straight, driving like inches, like literally inches apart from another car at Talladega or Daytona, and see how well they do. Because it's not easy. These drivers train not for their mental, but physical well-being, because these races take a lot out of you, out of those drivers. It doesn't matter how healthy you are, it will suck the life out of you. It doesn't matter who you are. Jimmie Johnson, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, for the love of God, and all these drivers risk their lives basically on track every week. And it just irritates the shit out of me when people judge these drivers like, oh, they don't do anything, they just drive in circles and blah blah blah. These guys are athletes. If you walk the day in their shoes for like a weekend, you'll realize how much more of an athlete they are than actual like I would say soccer players or football players or hockey players. I feel like they're more athletic than most people think they are. But what I'm getting at is the Kyle Busch thing. Like, you don't have to like him. Not everyone does. It's because of his blatant attitude and demeanor on track and that villain role he plays, and he knows he's a villain. But off the track, you gotta realize they have families. They're human beings, like human living beings with feelings and emotions. And when people say he's doing it for attention, and he was being a crybaby, that sets me off. As much as I personally don't like him, I still show some respect to drivers who are in pain or not feeling well. I was literally, I'll say this again, I'm generally concerned when I saw him on the ground and he was gasping for air. I was very, very worried. But when I heard that he was okay, I was relieved. So, if you're that any dirtbag out there saying he deserved that and he was just doing it for media attention and it was being a crybaby because he lost, then you need to get your come back to reality because you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're a freaking idiot. Like, don't be rude because that's someone's dad, and it just irritates me how ignorant people are. And I'm just rambling and repeating myself, but still, I'm pissed that people are this stupid and ignorant to that towards these drivers, especially Kyle Busch. So I just wanted to say that. That was my rant for the day. Good night.